welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be going over my September empties. I have a huge bin right here full of stuff. I think I did pretty well for September. So that's what today's video is going to be about. If you like empty videos, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I do upload videos twice a week on Sundays and Thursdays. And with all that out of the way, let's get started talking about all the products that I used up in September. All right, so usually I just go in categories of products. I think we're gonna start with Bodycare. I only have one product this month. This is the Bee's Knees Lacquer Meringue in the scent Serial Killer. I have talked about these in every single empty. I will link the playlist above, but I love this. It's kind of a buttercream frosting textured soap. So it's not a liquid, it's not a bar soap. They're really great. They lather really well. I keep them in the shower, by my kitchen sink, in the bathroom. I use them everywhere. Usually I have 2 or 3 of them. However, I am taking a pause from using these and trying to get through some bar soaps that I have. So that's why I only have one this month, but I highly recommend these. Bee's Knees Lacquer, the owner, she is an indie polish brand. Her name's Sarah Green. She is actually going to be closing her shop in November, I believe. So if you've been interested in these, give them a shot. Also, if you just love indie polish, as a side note, she has spectacular polishes. So go check her out for that, if anything. But this body wash is really great. It's multi-use and I love it. I will probably continue to order some before she closes just so I have more of a stash of them. And then speaking of polish, I do have one Nailcare item. This is the Baroness X Acetone Antidote. So what this is, it's a nourishing liquid that you put inside acetone, because when you use acetone, it is very stripping, it's very drying on the skin. It can really just dry out your cuticles here. So this is just a product you can add to the acetone and just tone it down. It has moisturizing ingredients in them. If you've never heard of this, it's really great. The one that I have is from Baroness X, but lots of indie brands carry it. Another brand that I really enjoy is Anchor and Heart Lacquer. She also does acetone additives. I just think it's like a really kept secret in the indie polish community. So check this out if you use acetone for nail polish. It's really easy to use. All you do is you take this vial and you pour it into your bottle of acetone and that's it. You just use your acetone as normal. It still works the same as before. It just has more nourishing properties. So I use this little big bottle up. They're usually a little bit smaller. I use this up. Now on to makeup. I actually have a makeup empty. It's kind of rare. I usually don't, but this is the Stila Glitter and Glow in Smoldering Satin. So I actually went to put this on my eyes today. That's what I'm wearing, if you can see it. And I almost couldn't finish the other eye. I was a little bit worried. I had to add some Duraline drops in there to scrape it out and finish the other eye, because this is completely empty. Part of it's probably a little bit dry. I got this in a set for holiday, but I'm considering it an empty because I've used this a lot. I really enjoy this shade. It's really just stunning on the eyes. I probably might, I'm thinking about seeing if Stila has another one of these sets for holiday, because they do dry out fairly quickly. So I prefer the little minis like this. That's why I bought it in a set of other ones. And I recently finished another one of these. I think it was it was more of the shimmer one and it was in a peach shade. I really enjoyed that one as well. So if the set has shades that I really like, I will probably grab it for holiday. So I finished this little guy up. Let's do fragrance next, and then we'll do hair care. Fragrance was also very exciting for me. September was a really exciting month for empties. So first one we'll talk about is this Burberry travel size. This is in Her. So I do have the full size. It's kind of in the corner there. You can't see it with my chair, but I got this during holiday. It came, with the travel size and then the little mini, the 1.7 ounce of the fragrance. So I do really enjoy the Her fragrance from Burberry. It's not my favorite. There's other fragrances I think I've just grown into more, but I do really enjoy this. It's definitely more of a spring scent if I had to put a season on it, not even summer. I would really only stick to this in spring, but I kind of just wanted to use all my travel sizes, especially since I have a bottle of this, and I did finish this. Then the last fragrance I have, usually I have quite a few travel size vials because I'm really trying to work through all my samples, but I finished this. Oh, and I'm so proud. There is just a teeny tiny bit left, if you can see, but it's not coming out. I can't spray it out, so I'm considering it an empty. I had like this much left, and I figured I should really just focus on it, finish it. I mean, this is a big bottle. This is, I want to say the 3.7. Here it is. This was 5 fluid ounces. This is the Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I love this fragrance. This is actually my second bottle because I believe that when I started dating my boyfriend, he bought me the 1.7 ounce and I finished that. And so I bought the giant one and I went through that as well. This is probably my favorite fragrance of all time. I love this. It brings back memories. I mean, when you use a fragrance for a certain period of your life, it kind of brings you back to that period. So this just holds special memories. I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase it at least right away because I do like to I'll keep this bottle and display it, not with my full fragrances, with all my empty ones. I have like a little display case for them. And I do also have just like a little mini here. This guy, if I can turn it, this guy right here. So if I really want to wear it, I have this one. So I don't think I'll repurchase it right away. I think you can see have enough fragrance to work through, but I'm so happy that I finished it. My second bottle, so I'm really, really happy about this. Let's talk about hair care. So normally I stick to Olaplex products. I use the shampoo and conditioner. I've gone through like 2 or 3 bottles of it. It lasts me almost 6 months. But once I finished my last bottles, I decided I was going to get through a lot of my hair care samples. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. So I just don't have like bins of stuff. I know I like the Olaplex. I do plan on repurchasing that. So there's no reason why I should just have a bin of stuff that's not getting put to use. And that's why we're going to just be focusing on these. So the first shampoo I have is the Ritual shampoo. That's like a really big brand here. And this is the scent. I can't say it. Ayurveda. Ayurveda. That's how I'm going to say this. It's a really great scent. My stepmom actually purchased this for me. And I love this scent. I have a candle. I have like a hairspray of it. I really like this. I wouldn't say it's the greatest shampoo, but the scent is really great. If you haven't smelled this, it's top notch. I do love this. And then the second shampoo I have is the Nature's Lab Perfect Shine Clarifying Scalp Scrub. I've had this before in an Empties because I get them all the time in little samples. And it's really great. I never used a scalp scrub before. It's like beads to clarify your scalp. It's a scalp scrub and the texture is very coconut oil based. So it's the first time I've used a scalp scrub and I really liked it. I probably will purchase this again. I liked it that much. Just once I get through other things, then I'll use this as a scalp scrub. It foams amazing. It's really, if you love foam, this foams up. The Olaplex does not really foam and this does. So it's a really great foaming shampoo. It works really well and it's really nice to just like scrub your scalp really well. I really enjoyed that. And the 2 conditioners that I went through, this is the Matrix Total Results Brass Off Color Obsessed Conditioner. I don't color my hair. This is my natural color. It's just too much upkeep for me, but this was fine as, you know, I figured it's still safe to use on non-colored hair. But it was an okay conditioner. The bottle was terrible because it's hard to really open, but it was just a small little sample size. So I won't fault them for that, but it was okay. It was subpar. The other conditioner that I had was more of a hair mask. So this is the Amika Flash Instant Shine Mask. And it looks like this. This surprised me because I kind of thought that even though it was a shine mask, it was gonna kind of still be white. and creamy, but this is like a clear liquid. So it does work. It does make your hair shiny. I mean, I used it last night. I finished it last night before, you know, I washed my hair. It's nice. You put it on your hair, you wait 1 minute, you rinse it out, and it's okay. I used this about 3 or 4 times and I would say that it worked really well. But again, it's kind of just subpar for me. Nothing that gave me crazy results where it stood out and I would repurchase. The Olaplex conditioner is a lot better for me and I just prefer more of that milky, creamy feel. This was just very slick and silicone-y feeling. And then the last hair care item I have is this Redken Deep Clean Dry Shampoo. It's just a little sample. I won't be repurchasing this. I did not like it. It left quite a white cast on my hair, and I wouldn't even consider my hair very dark, but the white cast was too much. There's other dry shampoos I prefer over this, high-end and drugstore. The Pantene Pro V is a great drugstore option for dry shampoo. This just, it didn't impress me at all. Now let's talk about skincare. That's always my biggest category, so we have quite a few for that. Let's start with makeup remover. So this is the Estee Lauder Perfectly Clean Triple Action Cleanser Toner. This kind of came out as like a foam. I don't think it's gonna, you can kind of see, like it came out in a foam like this. I actually really liked that makeup remover. It smelled really fresh and clean. The way that I would use it is I would spray it directly onto my makeup eraser and then use that to take off all my makeup before I cleansed. So kind of just a first step. And it worked really well for that. And it lasted quite a long time. I want to say that lasted like 2 or 3 months. So it was really worth it. I was surprised at how long it lasted. I would consider repurchasing it. I almost still prefer a makeup removing balm. That's kind of just my preference when it comes to removing makeup. But if I bought that, I wouldn't be upset about having it again in my collection. Let's move on to cleansers. I have 3, 2 full size, 1 travel. Let's talk about the travel one first. This is the Cerave Foaming Facial Cleanser. So I pulled this one out because I did travel. I was gone for like 2 or 3 days. I went into the city. So I just wanted something small to bring with me. I brought this and then I ended up just finishing it in the shower. Like I brought it back. It wasn't completely empty, but I didn't want to leave it half full. So I finished it up in my shower. This is a good one. I really like these for travel. This is the perfect size. It holds quite a bit of product. So this is like my #1 travel facial cleanser, but I wouldn't again say that it's anything that blows me out of the water. It's subpar. It works really great, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I think it works for what it needs to do, and that's about it. And then for full-size cleansers, I have the Good Molecules Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gel. This had 4 ounces. And I have the Grown Alchemist Hydra Restore Cream Cleanser. So, well, this one I kept in my shower. This one I kept out of my shower. And I went through this one first, and then I threw this one into my shower so I could finish it up. But this I did not like. Let's just get this out of the way. First of all, like you can still see some product in there. And I even had to dump it out. Like this is the most I could dump out. It just wasn't coming out. It's very thick and a little bit stripping on the skin. I just prefer more of a cream-based cleanser. This didn't really work well for me. I didn't enjoy using it. The bottle's really heavy. And while that's nice to have like luxury packaging for skincare, like I want it to just be compact and I want it to be practical. This isn't that practical. It would always fall over in the shower. I was having trouble keeping it up and it was a hassle. It was an all-around hassle. I didn't enjoy using this. It doesn't foam. I kind of like a cleanser that foams a little bit. So I won't be repurchasing this. I do like Good Molecules as a brand. I think that they have really great skincare, but this is the worst thing that I've tried from them. Everything else I've loved. I've tried their eye patches, I've tried their serums. So I'm not too upset that they had a miss. They can't have everything that's good, but I wouldn't repurchase it. It's just not my preference when it comes to cleansers. The Grown Alchemist one, this one was interesting. This both of these lasted me 2 or 3 months because since I used them both simultaneously, it lasted a little bit longer. And I'm not sure about my thoughts on this. First off, I guess let's just start with the packaging. I don't like this like aluminum tube packaging. I understand it's better for the environment, so I'm willing to like overlook it for the sake of the planet, but I'm not a fan of it. It's hard to like squeeze out the product once you get so low, like it doesn't crinkle, so it doesn't go down. I'm pretty sure there's still product in here, but it is creamy, so I do prefer that over the Good Molecules. It's kind of a little bit minty, like it has a minty smell. So it's very kind of, you get that like gum freshness feeling on your skin. Like that was nice. There's just something about it that I didn't like, and I can't really put my finger on it. I think it's just that it didn't leave my skin feeling as clean as I wanted it to. It still always almost left like a film on my skin, and not enough where I wanted to stop using it. I still used it up because if it was too much, I would have just stopped. But it had like just a slight film, and that I didn't like about this. I won't be repurchasing it. However, it's not something where if I saw it, I would use it and I'd be okay using it. I didn't feel like it did anything negative to my skin. It's just not my favorite. Grown Alchemist though, there are a lot of things also, just like Good Molecules, that I've noticed that I've really liked from them. Just this isn't one of them. Serums and oils. So I've talked about these multiple times. I'm kind of sick of talking about them. This is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. These are 2 little minis, 2 little sample sizes. I am trying to get through all of these. Lord knows if I ever will. I will probably die before I get through all the little samples that I have of this. They just continue to give them to me. I even have a full size. I think I might take just a small break from using these. They're not bad. They don't do anything for my skin. I don't notice anything different. And at this point, I've gone through at least 6 or 7 of these in a row. So I know that it's not doing anything for my skin. I think I've tested it enough now to know it's not doing anything bad. I just don't see any improvements. So for the price, I mean, the full size is pretty expensive. I believe it's over $100. So it's not something I would buy on my own. Well, I add it to my skincare routine, like, okay, fine. But at this point, like, I'm kind of just sick of looking at these. Then the other serum that I have is the Biossance Squalene and Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum. Looks like this. And how big was this? This is 10 milliliters, so 0.33 fluid ounces, about 1/3 of a fluid ounce. And it was okay. Again, I don't really suffer from dark spots, so I'm probably not the demographic for this, but it feels nice on the skin. I always enjoy Squalene. It feels really moisturizing. I like how it felt, but I didn't really notice any skincare benefits from it. Biossance I love this brand. They have great products, but this one, I'm just not the target demographic, so I wouldn't repurchase it. If I did have dark spots, I would probably try it again to see if it really worked on those, but I don't, so moving on. On to another Biossance product. This is the Biossance Squalene and Vitamin C Rose Oil. So again, these are both Squalene and Vitamin C. It looks like a lot of companies really like to add those 2 ingredients together. This was outstanding. This lasted quite a bit of time. And this product, I actually noticed a difference in my skin. This is the first facial oil that I've actually noticed a difference in my skin and that I actually liked. Usually I kind of just feel like facial oil is an additional step. I still do it because I want to add hydration to my skin. My skin can be a little bit on the dehydrated side, so I still use it even though I don't really know if it's doing anything. That all changed once I used this. This lasted 3 or 4 months. I've had this in my rotation for quite a while now, and I really like this. I don't have too many facial oils in my like arsenal of skincare, but once I get through them, this right now is the #1 spot for facial oils. I absolutely do plan on repurchasing this. My skin felt more hydrated, it felt brighter. I overall highly recommend this from Biossance. Just this one I do not. Let's just go over some of the random skincare that I have. This is the Julep Beauty Makeup Remover Towelettes. It's a pore refining witch hazel cleansing makeup wipe. It had 60 towelettes in it. I don't like these. First of all, I don't purchase makeup wipes. I got these for free in like a sample pack, and I wouldn't repurchase them even if I did like makeup wipes. I'll just use my makeup eraser. I just like throwing those in the wash. They're very simple. I use these actually to wipe off swatches on my hands during videos. So I've used this since April or May. I've had this pack and it has 60. So it took me a while to get through them. I did use this one time on my face because I think I was like in the middle of doing a video. There was something I needed to wipe off and I think I wanted to start over or something. And I used this and it burned my skin from the witch hazel. And not a lot of things do that. Like my skin isn't too sensitive. It'll get red pretty easily because I'm white, but I don't really get that like stinging sensation too much. My skin can handle like a pretty high exfoliant. And this just burned. So I wouldn't recommend it for your skin. I wouldn't recommend it for wiping off swatches. Just get the makeup erasers. I think that they work just as well and you can reuse them. That's just my opinion on that. I also have this sunscreen. This is the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. So there's the Unseen and then the Glow Screen, I think. I really like this sunscreen. This is the first time I've tried a Supergoop sunscreen and I can see what the hype is about. I haven't tried the Glow Screen, but my guess is that I wouldn't like it as much as the Unseen. This is a clear silicone sunscreen and it leaves your skin matte. Some sunscreens I just don't like because they make your skin so glowy. So if you're not wearing makeup, I feel like my skin just looks like really, really shiny. I prefer the finish this one gives. The only thing about this one is you have to be careful with the other skincare that you're using. So for example, I have a gel moisturizer and a cream moisturizer. If I use the gel moisturizer with this, because the sunscreen is a little bit more silicone-y, it tends to pill on my skin, whereas if I use the cream moisturizer, it was fine. So that's the only thing that kind of holds me back from purchasing this, is because I'd almost have to have two sunscreens, or I would just have to make sure that I use a cream moisturizer and then it's fine. But I don't really like that this doesn't play well with everything. It makes it a little bit of a hassle in my opinion, but so far this is hands down the best sunscreen that I've used, that I like the finish of, that really worked with all my makeup. I could still use any kind of primer, that was fine. It was mostly the moisturizer I found an issue with. So I do think I'll repurchase this after I go through all my sunscreens, unless I come across one that I like better than this, but I can see why everyone uses this and why everyone purchases it. The last little random item I have is this. So this is the Depology Serum Infused Micro Dart Patches. This came in a pack of 4, so it had 8 patches, 4 pairs. I used all 4 of them and then just kept the box for my empties because I didn't want to have too much trash. But basically, they're eye patches that you wear overnight and they're infused with serum. I started wearing these because I got the Skin Iceland Micro Dot under eye patches and I really noticed a difference with those. They're unbelievable. However, the price tag on them is a little bit more than I'm willing to spend. So I decided to try these out. These are still pricey, just not as pricey. And I have to say the Skin Iceland ones they're still better. I would say that they're worth the money. If I'm gonna purchase them and still purchase them for the price of this, I'd rather just get the Skin Iceland ones. These still work really great. I see really good results with them, but they're a little bit too harsh on my under eye. And what I mean by that is the sticky part that goes on. So it has almost like a patch of little micro needles and it's surrounded by the part that sticks to your eye. And the part that sticks to your eye is very sticky. So when I take it off in the morning, I almost get some like film that stays on my under eyes. And so it's a little bit too tuggy on my eye area for what I prefer, if that makes any sense. Just feel like the Skin Iceland ones are more gentle on the under eye and I want to stay gentle with them. I don't want to be using a serum infused microneedle to like help my under eyes yet be pulling off like duct tape. That's what it feels like. They're very hard to pull off. So that's my only con with these. Other than that, they're really nice. I still have more to go through. I'm looking at all my boxes right now. So I only use them once a week. And even then, sometimes I skip a week. It just depends if I remember. I did use them once a week for September. Hopefully that continues with October. So in conclusion, the Skin Iceland ones are better, but these are not bad if this is what you can afford. I just think that if you wait for an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, they do go on sale a lot. So just wait for a sale on the Skin Iceland ones and then stock up. We're getting close to the end. I have moisturizers and then I'm done. So let's talk about the two sample ones. I have the Dior Prestige La Lotion Essence de Rose. Fine. I mean, when they're in such small little packets like this, I can't really tell. I used it one time. Can't say that it blew me away. This was the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I got this when I purchased her concealer, and I've used this before. I do really like it. The Magic Cream is really nice. It's just really pricey, so it is on my list of skincare I'd like to purchase, but it's not necessarily at the top of my list. I'll continue to use the samples. I'll continue to like them, but I mean, if I have to say any con, it's just, it smells a little bit like baby powder, but other than that, it's a really great moisturizer. I can see why it's so popular, but for me, I have a ton of other moisturizer to even get through before I consider purchasing this one. Two more moisturizers. I don't know why I have so many moisturizers compared to cleansers. I guess because the cleansers, I had the full size and these are all travel. But this one is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Firming Collagen Cream. This was okay. I think I actually have a full size of this and I'm not necessarily in a rush to use it. I would give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It's good. I like it. It's just not at the top of my list for moisturizers. There's other that I prefer, but I did enjoy using this. I did like it. I think it's very hydrating. I don't know necessarily about the firming properties. I didn't notice anything with that, but solid moisturizer. The other one is the Strivectin Anti-Wrinkle SD Advanced Intensive Moisturizing Concentrate for wrinkles and stretch marks. When products have such long names, I don't know why, but this is also good. Would I say between the two of these, I probably like the First Aid Beauty one more, but these are both solid. I'd still give them both like a 7 out of 10. Just for some reason, I gravitate towards this one. The Strivectin one is good. I like a lot of Strivectin products, but this isn't just at the top of my list. After that, I have two Vichy moisturizers. So I started with this one. This is the Vichy Aqualia Thermal Moisturizer. This is a rehydrating cream. It's for dry to very dry skin. This was excellent. I really enjoyed this. This is the first time I've tried Vichy. I'm pretty positive, and I really enjoyed this moisturizer. But then I tried this moisturizer. This is the Vichy Lift Active Peptide C Moisturizer. And this one is for all skin types, anti-aging day cream. Both of these are fantastic. I couldn't believe there's two from the same brand. Like I really liked this one, but then I tried this one and it was even better. Right now, if I had no moisturizers to go through, this would be my day cream and this would be my night cream. I liked them that much. I can't believe no one's ever talking about this brand. I think it's French. I'm pretty sure you can buy it at the French pharmacy. It just smells French too. I mean, there's that, but I actually noticed a difference when I used this. It was really nice. I can see how it's lifting of the skin. My skin did feel a lot firmer. And with this, my skin felt very moisturized. I really like both of these. It's kind of making me side eye the Vichy brand a little bit more. I kind of want to see what other products they have because this is just a classic drugstore brand that you can get in the pharmacy, at least here in France. So I'm kind of interested next time I go. I might just check out and see what they have. But both of these were just excellent. I highly recommend them both. Now, the last moisturizer that I have, this is the one I just finished up the other day. I'm going to put the brand name up on the screen because I am not even going to attempt to say this. I believe that the brand is from Budapest. This is the Queen Cream. I have like a little sample here. I believe I got it in a Cult Beauty sample. And this was very interesting moisturizer. It's very, very thick. It feels very balmy, almost like a cleansing balm, but even thicker. It was very moisturizing. And at first I didn't like it. It was a little bit off-putting, but once I like really rubbed it into my skin, it is like a very luxury feeling. And for good reason. The full size of this, the 50 milliliters of this product, I looked it up, is $250. So as much as I liked this moisturizer, I think I'll just stick with the Vichy one because I don't know the price of the full size for that, but I guarantee it is not $250. There's a lot of other things I think I would rather spend my money on. I'm not going to say whether it's worth it or not. I do not know the ins and outs of skincare. I just have to say for me and my budget, it is not in my budget. There are lots of other things I'd rather purchase. If you can't afford this, this was really nice. This felt really nice. If you can start with like a little travel size, start with that, see if you like it. If I had unlimited amount of money, I would absolutely purchase this because just the going through the whole process, it did make my skincare just feel elevated and I felt fancy, but I don't necessarily need that feeling. Like I said, I think I'll stick with the Vichy. That still felt really nice. I still felt elevated doing my skincare, but this took it to a whole nother level. It really sinks into the skin. It's very interesting, and you do need to try it more than 5 times to really get into the groove of using it and using it properly. But once you do, it is hard to turn back from. I do recommend this. If I can see if I can get like a smaller bottle of it, maybe, but this was really nice. And I'm just on the fence. I wish it was a little bit less expensive than $250. But that is gonna wrap up today's video. That is all the products that I used in the month of September. Excited to see what October brings. Usually sometimes like I'm finishing up products in the middle of the month, so I have like more to put in my empties, but I opened a lot the beginning of this month, so I have a feeling I won't have as much for October, but that's okay. That just means a little bit of a shorter video. These videos tend to be a little bit longer. So that is where I'm gonna leave everyone. Again, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.